beginning. So when I was pregnant, I was like, I really want 3 pregnancies. And because of the twins, we have 3 kids, but we need 2 pregnancies. And I always dreamt of having 3 pregnancies. I don't know what it is. Shane's really weird when it comes to like numbers and like symbolism. And I only have a couple of those things. And that one of those things was I need 3 pregnancies. For a long time, I was like on the fence about, okay, is this it for us? I kept saying I wanted 4 kids. Then we actually had the babies, and for a while I was like, no, I still might want it. Like, I don't know. Like, I know after Theo, it took me even 6 months to even consider having more kids, which by then I was pregnant with the twins. Oops. I just like didn't want to give it up. I didn't want to give up the idea of having more kids. And then I went to a doctor's appointment. It was like my 6-week follow-up. I was sitting in the appointment room. There was all these cute pregnant ladies sitting there waiting to be seen. And I thought to myself, my thoughts weren't like, I remember that time and like in a good way. I'm thinking about that time when I was pregnant like them, and then being like, oh, I want to be pregnant again. Like, I had none of those. I'm glad it's you and not me. And when I thought of that, I was like, yeah, that's a sign that I'm done. And then just as the babies have grown up, I don't have as much patience. There isn't enough time to even do things for myself, let alone adding in another kid. I feel like our time will be divided too much, and I want to give my kids obviously enough attention and love, and I feel as though if we, and this is Shane and I, and we feel like Shane's the one that actually brought it up, saying like, if we keep having more kids, then our time is divided between all of them, and pretty soon they're just gonna raise each other because we're not gonna have any time to give them. And that's not something that I want for my kids. I want to actively be in their lives, active in their lives, playing with them, teaching them, all those kinds of things. I agree with him on that I even notice it now, like I don't have time. Obviously the babies are young, but I don't have time right now to give to Theo as much. So Shane is like the number 1 person in Theo's life because I'm the number 1 person in the twins' life, and I can't even find time for myself, let alone Theo. And that really makes me sad, and it opens my eyes to the fact that if we had another kid, I wouldn't have time to give them. For the amount that I want to give them, I wouldn't have that amount of time that I want to give them and that amount of attention. And so that's why we don't want to have more kids. There's like some other reasons. So again, I don't know if my body can handle it. I had a twin pregnancy. If you guys have been following along in my YouTube journey, I did some update videos. If you haven't seen them, please check them out. Basically in one video, I talk about my recovery, and I talk about how I have diastasis recti, I am prolapsing, my recovery is just really hard this time, and the pregnancy was really hard. At the end of it, I was early, so I was 36 in 3 days when I had my C-section with the twins, and my body felt broken. Like I couldn't take like a 5-hour nap, because if I did, I would wake up and I would feel like my pelvis is gonna break. It just put so much toll on my body, and I don't even know if I could do it again. That's obviously scary to like think about. I had so much anxiety with the twins when I was pregnant with the twins that I don't know how I would be. Like I feel like my anxiety would just grow of like all the worst possibility things. Like I could leave Shane with 3 kids. If I got pregnant again and something happened, I could leave him with 3 or more potentially kids. So it's just like that always goes in my mind, and I just obviously don't want that to happen. I want to be there for my kids. I want them growing up with a mom. I wouldn't want them growing up without a mom because I wanted more kids. I feel like that's selfish a little bit of me. I feel like if I'm not 100% in it, I don't want more kids if I'm not 100% in it, you know? I feel like it's irresponsible a little bit. Also, like I have 2 sons and I have a daughter, so I've experienced a boy and a girl, and I don't need anything more. Like I feel like if we had all girls or all boys, like maybe we would try for the opposite sex, but we have both, so like why would we need more? I should be grateful for what I have. And I'm not saying having more kids, more than 3 kids, is irresponsible of people. It's just for us. If you have more than 3 kids, that's dope. That you can handle that you can give them that much attention, that you have that much to give. But I don't, and I already feel it. I have less patience with Theo. When I parent, I feel like I could do better. That's because my patience is low, and that's because I don't have time right now. And so if I add on another kid, I feel like it's just irresponsible of me and selfish of me. I could just raise my 3 kids the way I want to instead of raising 4 kids mediocre, you know? I don't know if that makes sense. Also my mental health, I've had way more breakdowns this time around with the twins than I had with Theo, and I feel like if I had another kid, it would just get worse. Of me just being like totally exhausted and my mental health just going like straight out the door. I need to protect myself as well and think about me in that sense. I need to take care of me so I can take care of them. And if my mental health is shot, I can't parent the way that I would want to parent, you know? Also, we want to travel, right? Shane and I want to travel. We want to be young parents, so then by the time these kids are out of the house, we're still young and able to travel and be good grandparents and do fun things with our grandchildren as well. So we don't want to like keep having kids and then be old by the time they're out, and then, you know, we want to do our own thing, and I feel like that's fair. And then also, okay, so we want to homeschool our kids, and so basically by the time we would want to have another kid, if we did want to have another kid, I would want my body back for one. So I wouldn't want to get pregnant right away. I would want to wait 2 years post breastfeeding. So by that point, Theo would be like what? So he'd be like 4 years old, 4.5, and then that would be when we're starting homeschooling. If I got pregnant again, I would have baby brain, and I'd be like overwhelmed with the pregnancy and then 3 kids. So I probably wouldn't have enough time and effort to like put into homeschooling them. And that's really important for our family, is like homeschooling. Time-wise, it just didn't make sense. And then also, so this was one of Shane's that I totally agree on. So we have other aspirations that we want to do, or we have other things that we want to do with like our hobbies and such. Like I want to like write a book, and he's written a couple and he wants to continue writing, and I have this YouTube, and there's other things that we want to do. And the more kids we have, the less time we have to do them. We would have to start sacrificing obviously our stuff before them, but we're already sacrificing our stuff. It's just gonna get cramped, and something's gotta give. Like, I know everybody says like, oh, you can have it all. You can't have it all. I'm sorry, you can't all at once have it all. You need to pick, and I pick my kids right now, the kids that are here, and I feel like bringing in more children, we would just come up with problems. Like, I'm done, he's done, that's it for us. We got it all done in like, what was that? We had Theo in July of 2020. We had the twins in September of 2021. That's nuts. That's like a year and a half. We have 3 kids. It happened so fast for us, where we went from no kids to all of these children. Like, it's just crazy. It's good, and we want to focus on our kids, and I don't think that's a bad thing. That's that. But I just wanted to do a video because everybody's been like asking me like, oh, are you having more kids? And I'm like, heck to the no. And then they asked me reasons why, so I could be like, go watch my video where I explain it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any other questions, please comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. Thank you so much. Bye.